E aí pessoal, hoje vamos continuar com a próxima parte do jogo Dreamfall Chapters. Lembrando que no final da última parte, entregamos os dados criptografados ao jornal e avisamos Queen sobre Hannah. Então, vamos lá.
Night, Ulrich!
What news do you have for us, Ulrich?
Right, so a man comes into my bar this afternoon. Azadi soldier, off duty. Has a few beers, starts getting flushed and loose-lipped. Man says there's talk of a raid. This very night, in the magic ghetto. And there's a list.
A list?
The ones they're targeting. The ones they're bringing back out again.
But why now? I mean, it's not payback, is it?
He did mention the weapons shipment that got blown sky-high last week. Caused a fair bit of ruckus, that. Was the talk of this place for days. Seems some people enjoy a good explosion. Apparently, the commander of the Azadi Special Forces took it as a personal insult. A commander...
Vamon. He would take that personally.
Also, man said, there's been more weapons and supplies being smuggled into the city, right under Azadi noses. Well, they've caught a few shipments, so they know people are arming themselves in the ghetto, that there's trouble brewing.
The mole's been more cooperative than usual. Whatever you did for Kian, it appears to have been appreciated.
So, the way I see it, the Azadi might want to make a decisive strike tonight, before they lose control of Old Town.
Well, they're not wrong. So, we need to find out who's on this list, and we need to know when they're gonna strike and from where, and we need to...
Patient, Inu. One thing at a time. First, we must learn if, when, and where this raid is taking place. Then we must warn our friends, including the mole. And then we must get our own people to safety before the Azadi come.
I have a few contacts I can poke. Liko?
I'll start with our people in the ghetto. Kian, if you could pay the mole a courtesy call.
That won't take long. Is there anything else I can do?
I doubt it. Let's meet back here before midnight.
Will do. Good luck, the both of you.
Watch your back.
Bom, então a gente tem que ir ao encontro da The Mole, que é o nosso fornecedor de armamentos. E vamos ver primeiro se tem como interagir aqui com o Ulrich. Vamos ver se tem alguma coisa aqui no bar. Não, parece que não.
He's true to his word. I trust him with my life and consider him a
If I
friend.
may have a word.
Tem alguma
In
coisa pra
private.
contar.
I have a message from a common friend. She wishes to see you, alone, as soon as possible. She told me she'd wait for you where all of Old Town lies below us. Wherever that might be. She does like to speak in riddles, that one.
Thanks, Elvig.
And when you do see her, tell her it's time she paid her tab. She won't receive another drop of Merryminstrom until she does.
Então vamos lá tentar achar ela e ver as outras missões.
What do you want?
I need to speak with the mole.
She's not expecting you.
She'll want to hear what I have to say.
Fine. But keep your hands where I can see them.
Bom, então a gente vai encontrar primeiro aqui o The Mole e depois a gente vai procurar a Jovem Ruiva.
Azadi apostate not dead yet? I expect you'd be dead by now. If you live this long, you might even make it to my age, but I don't recommend it. When your bones ache each morning and you can barely hold your liquor anymore, you curse the gods for keeping you alive. You come to warn, Mole, then?
How did you know?
The Mole always know. Whispers travel on the wind and voices reverberates through the soil. There's word of raid happening. Of course no one know for sure. The Azadi usually stay out of Old Town, afraid to cause ruckus, upset the order of things, afraid of people rising up against them. Though times do change. Whether a Zardi attack happen or not, Mole's prepared. Don't you worry about the Mole. Mole has burrows. Beside, it may be time to leave Mercuria altogether. Those infernal machines your people build make my fur stand on end. They crackle, they buzz. They are opposite of magic. Make Mole's head pound. Don't know what they're for and what'll happen when they're all done building them, but Mole don't like it. Don't like it one bit. Something's coming, Kian of the rebels. I smell it. I feel it in my whiskers, in my aching bones. Something unnatural, something mean. There's no room in Mercuria for magic or for magicals. Not anymore. No. Whether a Zardi attack is coming or not, it's time for the Mole to dig other burrows. Or perhaps return home to the birth burrow. Find an old familiar hole to sleep in. Sleep until this shadow has passed. Or until we're all of us dry bones beneath the soil. You may consider your warning delivered. This is the last you'll see of me. The last you see of the Banda, the burrowers, the little ones who sing to the soil. My people, all gone. You tell your shepherd she's welcome to everything in my possession. All the weapons and food and medicine. All you need to keep fighting. Watch your hide, Kian of Clan Alvarne. These are dark times, and you're at the heart of it all. Well, why are you still here? Go! Go! May the soil be ever soft under your feet, Apostle. The fate of worlds falls on you now.
Bom, então a gente encontrou The Mole primeiro, e agora a gente vai encontrar com a jovem ruiva.
Next week, I get to leave Mercuria for the first time in...
If you're a ghost, just leave me be.
Agora tem só procurar por aqui pra ver onde é que a gente acha ela. Ah, ela tá ali. Tá. O nome dela é Ana.
It's a nice view, isn't it? I've always found Mercuria beautiful, especially in summer. Of course, those metal tubes are a bit of an eyesore. And that tower... Actually, the tower I quite like.
Why did you want to meet me?
Oh, so impatient. You always were. I've been saving something for a rainy day. Someone, actually. And, well, no rain at the moment. but the forecast for tonight sounds grim.
It can't hurt to pool our resources and share information. She knows something about tonight.
Vamos ver essa aqui.
Saving someone for a rainy day.
There's an Azadi officer, high-ranking, a captain. He has an arrangement with a young woman in Old Town. A non-human.
He's fucking a magical.
Eloquent, but yeah, he's fucking a magical. We both know what it would do to his career if anyone found out.
They'd strip him of his rank. He'd be arrested, tortured, most likely sentenced to death.
All for a little blue girl and some exotic sex. Your people are so predictable, Azadi. So easy to compromise. You know, the more things you forbid, the more sins there are to be tempted by. You're a nation of the repressed, a powder keg ready to blow.
But how will this information help us?
Today is this officer's day with his young lady. She has a room near Shady Quay. Our horny captain never goes alone. The fool brings his uniformed knave to keep watch, which is convenient, like a big arrow pointing to the right door. If you were to confront the captain in a compromising position, there'd be no limit to what you could accomplish.
Why give me this information? You could have profited from it yourself.
I have no need for money or leverage. But I thought you could put this to good use. Find out what's going down. Maybe stop it, save some lives, or take some.
I thought you didn't care about the resistance.
I never said that. I never said I did either. But maybe I care for other things.
Why did you bring me all the way up here to tell me this?
Because I don't trust them or anyone. I've been burned in the past.
But why me?
Because you, Kian, I trust.
Uou. Não tem uma opção aqui.
Reject her.
Vou beijar ela.
Why did you... Anna.
E ela sumiu com a cutscene. Tá. Agora vamos ver os outros objetivos aqui. Ele deve estar por aqui em algum lugar. Ah, tá aqui.
He's guarding the door to that house. This must be where that Azadi officer meets his girl.
Go on now, nothing to see here. Martial law permits me to use my sword against you. Just so you know.
I need to find a way to get him away from the door. I must distract that guard somehow.
Hey! Did you find that turncoat you were looking for?
I did not. But it was my fault. I identified the wrong man.
A gente...
So our whole mission was a waste of time?
Então a gente identificou a pessoa errada.
We'll get him eventually. And I got to see Honor Hilaris speak to his followers. That might be useful to us.
Good. Are you on another mission?
Perhaps. I'm sorry, boy, but I'm quite busy.
Let me help.
The boy might prove useful, but I don't know how yet. I don't need help right now, but I'll let you know when I do.
Na verdade eu preciso, mas...
It's not like I have anything better to do. Have you changed your mind? Do you want my help now?
I won't put him in any more danger than absolutely necessary.
Deve ter que fazer alguma
The
coisa
boy
antes
might prove you.
de
I don't
pedir
need help
ajuda
right
dele.
now.
Sure.
Early breakfast.
I've got salted tatters from Riverwood, soaked in salt water. Sure you don't want a nice lump of pickled cow's kidney? It's the perfect late-night munch.
What can I do?
Your sign says sandwiches and fire flowers.
Ah, yes. Used to be I made the best fire flowers in Old Town. Spectacular things that lit up the night sky. But no more, I'm afraid. I can make you.
Even if I was hungry, those sandwiches sound dubious. But if it helps divert her attention. I've seen fireworks in the past. They're spectacular, and they make a lot of noise. A perfect diversion. I'd like to buy one of your fire flowers.
Can't help you with that, I'm afraid. The Azadi have banned the use of illuminations, crackers, sparklers and flyers. Any and all alchemy.
How about the ingredients? I would only need some of your powders and...
My hands are tied, friend. Or at least they will be if I sell you any of my alchemic powders and potions. The orders are quite clear. There's to be no trade of any sort in magical items. In fact, I should probably clear away those chemicals later today. This place is flush with thieves and mendicants.
Deixa que a gente limpa pra você.
Can I tempt you with a...
Even if I was hungry, those sandwiches sound dubious. But if it helps divert her attention, I have things to attend to. I'll have one of your sandwiches.
Brilliant! Step right over here, friend, to my sandwiching table. Step right over... Now, will that be on fried flatbread, steamed yeast bun, or a baked grain roll?
I really have no idea. What was that again? I'm quite sure this is unimportant. Fried bread.
Fried flatbread coming... fried bread fed... Balance. Fried flatbread it is. Hey, what are you doing?
Ela não vai deixar.
I told you to stand
I can
right
recall
there.
of my alchemistry.
Oh,
Essence
good,
of
you're
sunworm
back.
is produced by
Now,
leaving the
stay
worms
still
out in the
while I
sun
prepare your
until they
sandwich.
blister and ferment.
Now,
After which,
meat.
they're squashed
Today,
and filtered
I
into
have
bottles.
a cured elguan, pickled saltwater snapjaw, and kitten carpaccio.
How's the elguin?
Suspiciously tender. Thinly sliced, salted, and cured for a minimum of 11 years. Melts in your mouth, it does. Eventually.
I'll likely regret it.
As long as you don't swallow for... Didn't I tell you to stand still and not move around? What are you doing, friend? Are you stealing from me?
Wow.
Surely you're no thief. A tall, strapping fellow like yourself.
Vamos ver se agora
Have you
dá.
changed your mind?
He might actually turn out to be useful. You want to help?
Yeah.
Even if it's dangerous?
What do you think?
What do you know about fireworks?
You mean fireflowers? I know everything. My father makes Bakshivan candles for the Festival of Turning every year.
Fine. Follow me.
Yes!
Sorcery.
Mercuria's foremost sandwicher here, ready to perform... you're back. Did you want your sandwich or not?
I did. I do.
Come along now.
Tá, agora eu tenho que fazer ele pegar, não é isso? Como é que faz isso?
And just a dash of this
Quickly,
and a dash of that.
grab those
and
ingredients.
Some of this and
Can do.
Thief! Get away from there, you little
ela
bastard,
vê
or I'll
também?
call for the city watch.
Então como é que eu faço?
Nibbles, scrub, tasting.
So you've come back. Again. Should I even bother with your sandwich?
Please.
Step right over here, friend, and we can get started.
Something tied you over before?
You better be hungry, you better not be fed. The sandwich maker's knife is cutting up your bread. Sunny side gets cheese, and the other one gets meat. A sandwich maker's craft is, something... feet. A dash of pungent oxy topping, yes or no?
Yes, please.
Splendid.
Get the chemicals.
Something to tide you over before
Pronto, ele já pegou.
midnight snack, early breakfast.
Pronto, agora a gente tem um sanduíche.
Right, here we are, as ordered. Mostly. I had to make a few alterations. Remember to chew well and don't swallow too soon. Also, if you feel any discomfort whatsoever, a spoonful of vinegar should do the trick. If not, please visit a physician post-haste.
Something to tide you over before tea.
Bom, agora vamos procurar
Early
o bip
breakfast.
para poder fazer o negócio.
Nibbles, scrub, tasty morsels.
Onde é que eu acho ele?
Nibbles, scrub, tasty morsels. I've got eats from across the Northlands, from far away as it is.
Achei ele.
How was that?
That was perfect. But remember, stealing is wrong.
You told me to steal.
In this case, it was justified. But don't steal. You'll lose a hand or your head.
Here's the stuff.
I've got the non-magical medicines your body needs. Fully authorized and licensed. No sorcery. Exotic oils, foreign...
You said your father taught you how to make fire flowers.
Well, sort of. He made Bakshivan candles, and I watched him make them, but he never let me do it myself. Said it might blow my fingers off or burn my eyes out, but I can give you instructions.
Fair enough. What do I do first?
First, make the glowy balls. I don't know exactly how to make the glowy balls, but when my dad did it, the balls came out all glowy. First, make the glowy balls.
Tá, vamos ver
I don't know
isso.
exactly how to make the glowy balls, but when my dad did it, the balls came out all glowy.
Pronto, deve ser isso daqui.
Now you need to make the fire powder somehow. My father was never too clear on how that part's done. All I know is that it's powder that went psst when it was lit.
My table's always open, day and night.
Não vai. Também não vai, então deve ser os dois.
All that's left is to combine all the ingredients in a tube. That should be easy, right? You start with the fire powder at the bottom,
Ah, já ia começar errado.
and then the glowy balls on top, until the tube is full.
Magical medicine.
That looks okay. I'm not sure how well it's going to work, but there's only one way to find out.
É. Vamos ver aqui.
My table's always open, day and night.
Não tem como testar aqui. É, então tem que testar lá mesmo.
Here you go, boy. Now don't light this before I tell you to.
Oh man! I'll be careful, I promise. I can't wait to see how this one burns.
Use the fireworks to distract the guard away from that door.
Yes, yes. Hey, hey! Check this out.
Stop!
Pronto, agora vamos lá.
What in Shadow's name are you? Apostle! You're dead!
He won't hurt you again, child. I promise.
O cara tava abusando da criança.
Do not come back.
Oh, my head's hurting. Why is my... What's happening? Who are you? Where's Ramin? Why am I tied to... Alvane, you're not dead. How in Shadow's name? I'll pay you. I'll make you wealthy. I'll get you a pardon from the tower and...
Shut your mouth. I need information.
What do you mean,
If you speak out of turn again, I'll cut off your dick and shove it down your throat. The raid tonight.
I don't know anything about a raid.
I cannot.
Vamos ameaçar primeiro.
You believe you have more to lose by speaking to me. You're wrong. You've been consorting with a magical, a Dolmari, a child. You know the punishment for even one of those crimes is execution. All three. They will make an example of you. They'll string you up in the tower square. They'll sever your genitals, gouge your eyes out, dip your feet in molten metal. They'll make you suffer unbearable agony. You will plead for death, and death will come, but slowly. Slowly. Tell me what you know, or the tower will learn of your crimes.
There will be a raid in the Magic Ghetto before the sun rises tomorrow. I'm not part of it. I haven't been in the meetings, I don't know the details, but they plan to root out the rebels and the collaborators hiding in Old Town. Some they'll exile to the islands, others they'll kill. As punishment for siding with the resistance, as a warning to others. That's all I know. I swear to it on my mother's office.
Let's go over this again. Tell me everything you know.
Please, don't kill me. I won't tell anyone about this. About you, I can't. They'll execute me. I'll do anything. I'll spy for you. I'll feed you information from inside the tower. Just spare me. Please. For the love of the goddess, I beg you.
Acho que não.
He has much to lose if he reveals what happens here. But I can't risk it. You deserve no mercy.
No!
Shadow take your black soul.
Essa foi uma decisão fácil.
Where's the guard?
He's in a mud cellar, stuck to his knees in Elgwyn dung. He'll be busy for a while.
You did good, Bib.
What happened in there? Did you get what you needed?
I did. Listen, you can't stay here in Old Town. The Azadi are coming.
I'm not afraid of the Azadi.
Nevertheless, you need to leave. I'll bring you to the Enclave and you'll be safe with...
But I'm not going anywhere. This is where I live. What if my parents come back? They'll be looking for me.
You're not safe here. I'm sure your parents would be happier knowing you're with us.
You just want to put me in an orphanage.
Wait. Shadow. Children.
The General is asking questions.
I've heard. We must find Kian before...
I'll make sure Harmy's attentions are directed elsewhere. Tonight's raid on the Magic Ghetto will be a good start.
What did he say?
The General tells me that my men are sticking to the story, but that some of the prisoners are spreading rumors. It's of little concern. They will not live to see another interview.
And arouse more suspicion. Don't be a fool, Vermon.
Don't ever call me a fool.
Then try not to act like one. Who else did he speak with?
The Warden.
What? I thought you were taking care of that problem.
You're the one who worries about arousing suspicion. I couldn't simply have him executed. There are laws.
And now the General has a witness.
An infidel's testimony can never be used against Trueborn.
But his words can fuel further investigations.
The General will soon have other matters to concern himself with. We're stepping up the deportations and we're close to completing the machine. After that, Kian's death will be low on his list of priorities.
And in the meantime, the General is pursuing leads.
Like I said, tonight's raid will distract him.
How so?
Because it won't go well. The rebels will strike. Many of his men will die, our forces will be on high alert, and, as Supreme Commander, it'll be Harmy's job to clean up.
He will blame you.
And I will take responsibility. And action. There will be little time for his investigations. By the time the situation is under control again, other matters will have taken precedence. We will keep the General's attentions elsewhere until our mission here is done. And then, no one
will challenge us. I hope you're right.
I always am. Come here.
This is not the time for...
I'm as hard as Nigali steel. This is exactly the time.
Eita. Bom, agora vamos reagrupar aqui com o pessoal. Ver o que eles falam.
I apologize for being late, but I have important...
Every minute wasted could mean lives lost. Anu, can you tell us what you've learned?
Not a whole lot. No one's talking. There's not even a whisper of a raid. I'm starting to think maybe Ulvik's loose-lipped, drunken Azadi was merely a braggart. Also, merely a braggart? I've been around you guys too long. I'm starting to speak like a sullen warrior.
I went looking for our people in Old Town. They're standing by for my word. I don't want to pull them out of the city until we know for sure what's happening. Let's hope for their sake Anu's right, and there's no raid tonight.
The raid is taking place, just before sunrise. We still have several hours.
How did you come up?
Hey, Big Blue, let him speak.
The plan is to arrest as many magicals as possible, along with rebel sympathizers. It's a show of strength. They want us to be scared.
Where did you get this information, Kian?
From a trusted source. I met her here before we...
Mystery Woman! I remember Mystery Woman! Well, I remember you talking about Mystery Woman. She's a friend of Ulvik's, right? We can definitely trust her.
She told me about an Azadi officer who visits with an underage Dalmari girl. And she told me where to find him.
He was with a child? That's sick.
And did you find him?
I did. He told me that this will be their biggest raid on the ghetto so far. Given his rank and the precariousness of his situation, I believe him.
How did you get him to talk?
When he understood his predicament, he was perfectly willing to spill his guts.
I don't know.
Seriously? I mean, I'd much rather trust Kian's source than mine.
What if this source of yours is playing you for a fool? What if it's bait, meant to draw us out and distract us?
No Azadi would commit a mortal crime in order to set a trap. His soul is damned to the shadow for eternity.
I think we should
Maybe
listen...
your information is trustworthy, Kian, but I'm not willing to bet our position in Old Town on it. We'll tell our people to be vigilant. If there is a raid, at least they'll be forewarned.
You're making a mistake.
We'll know soon enough, Azadi.
Where's the officer now? Did you let him go?
I ended his life.
You what?
He'd molested a child. He deserved death. He will languish in shadow for eternity.
I would have done the same.
I'm sure he deserved it, but won't they come looking for him? Also, it sounds like we lost an opportunity to have a valuable source inside the tower.
I couldn't let him live after what he'd done to the girl.
At least you see her as a girl, and not just a magical. You made the right choice. The honorable choice.
Honorable? You think it's honorable to murder a man? You're both insane.
It's time we headed back to the Enclave.
I wish you'd let him live. I mean, at least then we'd have a source in the tower, if nothing else. But I guess you're on Nico's good side now. He may not trust information unless it's being bled out of someone, but the man does enjoy a righteous murder. I'm just not so sure how I feel about it.
Difícil de entender. Agora o jogo quer que você se sinta mal por ter tomado a decisão de matar o cara que molestou a criança. Parece que o ataque tá acontecendo, né? Por causa da decisão do Ligo de manter eles ali, eles vão ser presos e levados. Alguns mortos, né? E o garoto tá assistindo tudo. Não sei se isso vai ter impacto pra história dele no jogo.
Who's there? You? However did you get here?
Parece que uma pessoa na torre e esse pássaro parece ter ido falar alguma coisa pra ela, né? (10 de agosto de 2220). Opa! Tava tendo pesadelo? Ué, ela tem uma máquina de sonho? Eu não lembro dela ter essa máquina. Bom, então é isso. Se você gostou do vídeo, dê aquele like. Não esqueça de se inscrever no canal e marcar o sininho para receber notificações sobre futuros vídeos. Então, um abraço e até mais.